We brought my son to Dr. Books because he struggled with reading. He lacked the confidence. He still wanted to read. He still had the drive to, but he struggled. And I didn't want him to lose the desire. So I wanted to get ahead of it before he just completely quit us. And so we came in, he was fourth grade, and he immediately started feeling more confident, knowing he was there for to help his reading. What we noticed first was in the first 3 or 4 days, we're driving down the road and he said, "I can read the word optimizing." And I said, "Well, spell it." And he spelt it, and he said, and I said, "Yep, that's optimizing." And he said, "Well, I sounded it out to check myself and it was optimizing." I said, "You're right." And we just both just were thrilled that he just immediately saw it and knew what the word was. A huge difference from where he was just a few days before that. The next thing he started doing was reading like a big chapter book, which he had always had the desire to read. He might bring home from school library, but I would end up reading all of it to him, or he would start it, be real proud of reading the first 2 pages maybe, but he wouldn't remember what he read. And so I would finish it for him. And but before we even left the first 5 days we were here, he had read over 80 pages completely by himself, sounding out big words, and some of the big words that I knew he didn't know a week ago, he was just saying. And he was reading a little smoother, a little faster, just so proud of himself, which was in and of itself a wonderful, wonderful thing to see. As I'm watching my son get worked on and what she was doing and the process, I started talking to Dr. Books about my struggles with pain and several concussions as a child and then as an adult, and some horse riding accidents and things like that, basketball. And she was like, "Oh no, I can help you." My thinking hadn't been as clear as it used to be. Lots and lots of pain through the years. And so she started working on me and clearing some of that up. And the first 2 days she worked on me, there was just a relaxation in the left side of my neck and head where most of the pain had been coming from. And I noticed when I was driving the second day she worked on me that my thought process was a little clearer. It's really hard to describe. Really, there was clarity, I guess, is a good way to describe it. We're going through this process. I know there's so much more to come with my son. He's improving. He's eager to improve. He's in sports, and he's anxiously awaiting doing his brain exercises and things to help gain even more coordination in the sports and stuff that he does. And I am still in the process of healing, but am very excited where it's taken us. My husband came and took my son home so that I could stay a few more days to continue my treatment. My little boy had read some more book, and the phone was on the speaker in the pickup, and he said, "Mom, I can hear." And I said, "Well, what do you mean you can hear?" He said, "I don't know, I can just hear now." And for a 10-year-old little boy to recognize that he can hear and that there is a change in that is pretty amazing, because that's not something that he necessarily would have picked up on before. Mm-hmm. He had lots and lots of ear infections as a baby and an infant, and he had tubes put in his ears at 18 months and surgery. And one of the things that Dr. Books had found through evaluation is, yes, he had trouble hearing out of one of his ears. And so through the treatment and all this, unlocked it and was able to, obviously, my 10-year-old noticed the difference within 7 days after treatment, that he can hear and he can read better.